And we're back with our second semi-final of the night. We're still over in Victoria, and this time we're looking at Frankston High School Esports FHS versus YVG, the Yarra Valley Grammar Spuds. And again, I think this is going to be a very, very tough matchup. We already saw first seed versus fourth. Now we're looking at second versus third, so even closer stakes here. And I think it will represent itself in a full best of three series, but we will have to see. What's your prediction on this one, Chris?
We'll go either way. I'm probably going to go with Yarra Valley here. From what we have seen from them through the series, like I feel like they have probably been the second best team behind Overnewton, who we did see win 2-0. Well, that series wrapping up just about half an hour ago now. So, yeah, I think YVG will probably have a very good chance of taking out this series, but I don't think it'll be as easy. I'm predicting a 2-1 for them as we get underway just like that.
I have to agree. I think we've seen some amazing things out of the Yarra Valley boys, and I expect more of it. However, that would actually be the underdog winning. They are the third seed coming into this, so yeah, it's not much of a difference there, but I do think that we will have the underdog as the victor here, judging by the seeding at the very least.
Yeah, something to point out, they are tied in wins. I'm not sure how the seeding was done, but yeah, it is effectively just I would say just on that, it's probably going to be fairly even, but yeah, but still, it's going to be an interesting game nonetheless, as WL just has a little bit of a whiff there. Lepine now going for an attempt, will just be a bit too short.
Oh.
The second attempt is on the post, Brando comes through to follow it through on the third attempt, and YVG will finally get the opener.
Yeah, and it did take a few attempts, but every time it hits that backboard, every time there's a little bit of an unpredictable bounce, you kind of open that goal up just that little bit more. And if you've got that person there, as Brando was at the end, you will eventually get something. You just have to keep peppering a goal sometimes, and it was done quite well. So our blue side, YVG, up by one early here, but not enough in this to call it yet.
Yeah, early doors still here as we get past the opening minute here. WL just unable to get to the ball in time. Maybe just the pace caught him out a little bit there. We'll allow TAC now to try and carry through. Brando, though, once again, just brings it back to the midfield. WL tries to follow through, gets it up on high, but he has a two-man fence to deal with. He just leaves the ball as it is, as Brando, once again, tries to find something, but he actually sends it backwards here. WL able to pick it up though, so it does turn into an effective back pass as WL, he finds the post yet again. Lepine follows through. Is that on target? No. WL for an attempt. Lepine can't follow through off the post as well. So many good chances there for YVG. Brando, he sends it high as well. WL coming through. He finds the backboard. WHS just can't find a touch here, but the wall is doing all the saving at the moment for him here as we get past the opening 2 minutes. Brando comes through, and eventually the attempts result in a goal, and a 2-0 lead now for YVG.
I was going to talk about how FHS have had some really great communication on defense, even manning goal, leaving it when it's called for a good touch off backboard, stuff like that, but eventually it breaks down and a second one will go to YVG. I have to talk about WL though. We have called WL as our man of the series I think more than once, actually, previously. And
Brando gets another goal in the meantime, just pointing that out. And just to go on a little tangent, look at that profile picture. Now, I'm a Counter-Strike fan. I'm not saying anything sus. No, I'm kidding. Brando is popping off at the moment. He's pretty automatic at the moment right now. He's normally been a bit more of a third man as well, so it's actually good to see him really start to lift. But yeah, just back on WL, he has been one of the more consistent players for the Spuds throughout the season, but yeah, today just seems like he's just can't find the goal at the moment. A lot of good opportunities, but a lot of them just finding the post or the backboard.
Brando into the midfield again. WL is available. Will go back though. Lepine now does take control well. Flick read well there by TAC, and will be finished as well. TAC, a great little solo play there.
Yeah, just stole it there from Lepine. Brando just caught in a bit of a odd spot there, and well, a tight line. Well, Tack was able to just use it to full advantage and finally get one up for Frankston. So something for the orange team there, but still a long road to come back for him here.
That was an incredible touch to finish that by Tack. He got off the backboard so well for that.
Yeah, I mean that's still that sided as well. It's just well timed up for him, and yeah, finally just gives Frankston a goal. But they do need to fight a little bit more here to make it through into game 2 with a possible win for him here. Brando able to get the save here, but Lepine immediately goes on the counter. If he gets it past Rue, it's all but in, but Rue pops up at the right time, deflects the play, and puts it out of danger for the moment. But Tack, he's going to go for it once again here, and he nearly carries it through. Double L with a beautiful save there. And well, Frankston now putting a bit of up a fight here, but Lepine steals it away well. He can't send it through. Brandon finds the post. WL does it as well. Oh, that should have been 4-1, but everyone just hitting the post there as Rue gets another save.
Woodwork is cracking under pressure, and it's got to be in at some point, though. WL will make it happen. There's the spike, and there's the WL we were waiting for. Finally, probably the toughest shot he's taken yet, and he finds the angle. Almost without the bounce, just before the goal line there, but great shot nonetheless. I have to talk about FHS for a second, though. I mean, 2 shots in a row there. Tack set up one and then tried to solo play the second, and both times was perfect opportunity. WL again. This is getting away from FHS now with a 5-1 goal line. Could we even see a Brazil in the opening match here?
That would be something else here. Yeah, Double L now, just like that, after having 3 official attempts, a lot more just being deflected by a crossbar. He's just gone back to back, so he's finally gone on target here. But yeah, FHS, they've lost control of the floodgates and they're starting to flood here. So, I mean, it's very, very unfortunate for him. They're actually been playing quite well for the most part early on, but yeah, it just felt like eventually something had to give, and well, unfortunately Frankston is there. Defense as Tack nearly gets another goal. Brando just somehow saving it off the crossbar, but yeah, for a team we haven't really seen too much of in the regular season here on broadcast, they're doing alright, but as we predicted, YVG just the team above at the moment.
Yeah, Kempish now taking control. I have to say, I'm feeling pretty sorry for Tack right now. He has done so much work for the team, but it's not a one-man game, and his shots alone, his setups alone are not enough to make this work. Kempish just not quite getting the momentum on that one to get in front of net. It is a 5-1 scoreline, and they will not be able to get under it as YVG Spuds takes the first game with, man, you have to say, quite the authority.
Yeah, it could have been a lot cleaner for them. However, that's the one thing we do need to point out. YVG really struggled in the opening 3 minutes to get those goals in. But yeah, it turned out well for them. They eventually got that buffer and they just built on it in those final few moments. So it was good stuff from YVG. Frankston, though, they do have a little bit to work on here. I mean, Tack was the main person, really. But yeah, it's interesting for what they need to do here. I feel like Ruin Kempish needs to improve, but yeah, if they don't, I don't really see him taking out game 2.
Yeah, as my camera has issues, I have to agree. Yeah, it's been a pain today, but I have to say, yeah, like you said, Tack really was the man to look for FHS. But it's like I said, it's a team game. You can't do that on your own, and the rest of the team really needs to step up to that level. I have seen them be capable of that. Their performance is not terrible. They're just not bringing it at the right time. They're not syncing up, and as soon as they start to do that, I think that's where the threat is going to come in on the YVG Spuds. But gotta say though, realistically, Brando stepping up for the YVG Spuds. He's a clear favourite for the MVP so far, and I feel like that's a really big move. He's never been far behind WL in any match we've casted, but man, is he on top right now.
Yeah, he's really lifting here, Brando. I mean, he's really gone into his zone at the moment here. WL, I mean, he did quite well in that first game, so it's just the fact that he had so many opportunities, just whiffed in that early part of the game that really brought him down. But we saw the WL we known to come on broadcast, and well, he really lifted at the end there. So let's see if he can do that in the second game here. We're already 20 seconds in, as Brando and Tak just had a bit of a moment there, just trying to outpace each other on that right-hand side, but didn't really result in much. So Lapine now takes the ball away, just punts it down into the back wall. WL picks it up. He's just going to wait for the play. He gets a nice 50. Brando nearly in position, but Rue has actually been doing quite well in defense here. Fair few good saves for him so far.
I think one thing we need to see out of FHS is just taking advantage of positioning more, whether that be in attack or defense. They're missing a little bit of aggression in their playstyle. Like, just every time you have the ball or you're near the ball, you need to make sure that you're doing something. You cannot just rotate without anything. And again, actually a really, really good setup there from Lapine. We'll get WL the first one here, as WL, like you said, lifting throughout the end of the last match, steps up and gets the first goal here.
Yeah, covers for Lapine, just hitting the bars yet again. But yeah, he just flew through. He knew that he had an open net. He had time to set it up, and he just sent it in. So he's on for 3 goals now for this series. WL is once again just going to go for the wall play here. But yeah, Frankston, I mean, they're doing all right. It's just they have to really be a bit more careful of their plays. Rue, he went for a pretty much a standstill defense there. Nearly worked, but Lapine just comes... Well, the ball just comes through at the right possible moment. I actually thought WL touched that for a brief second, but it just dribbled in on his own accord, and yeah, just like that, 2-0 lead for Yarra Valley.
It was very, very close from WL, and I think that's why Rue went for the play that he did. He was trying to get a play that didn't risk going to WL. Great little passing play down to Kempish, who, again, that's what I was looking for. Kempish making use of his positioning. He saw Tak come up and he turned. That's a good cut. You do not have to always rotate to the book if an opportunity arises, but you need to be able to communicate the way they did just then, and that is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, and especially from Kempish, who was probably the most quiet player in that opening game as well. He's actually lifted a fair bit here in the second game already. He had an early attempt that just found the backboard, and then he had that, which was well set up with Tak. And Tak looks like he might get a goal there, perfectly taken away in the midfield. No one home to save that, and well, Frankston, they flipped the switch here, 2 goals back to back, and they've equalised just like that.
And this is what I was saying at the beginning of the entire tournament that I wanted to see, is the adaptability coming out of the teams today, and that's what we're seeing out of FHS right now. I don't know if it's just a warm-up period. It looks like they're trying to play differently. And right now, there we go, Tak goes for the boost steal and the bump, using his position correctly, and almost got that goal out there for them. Had he made contact, I think they absolutely would have. Now, Kempish, a good pass in. Immediately, this FHS team is just looking so different.
Yeah, they've gone on the attack and it's worked out well. They're not giving Yarra Valley any sort of free range, as WL well saved there from the attack attempt, which was also a good attempt in its own right. But as we get to the halfway point here, Frankston, they want aggression. They have it at the moment, but can they keep it up as Brando just pops it into the attacking third? He has control. He centers the ball. Where's WL? He goes to the attempt on that ball. Oh, so slow. Tak easily picks it up, but Brando will once again just hold it in the midfield here. Lapine now goes for the attempt. Only can find the backboard here. WL in the midfield, or Brando this time around actually to pick up the ball. WL will get the second touch from the play, but can only find the backboard there. Centers it for Lapine, who takes a slow attempt here, and Tak can't clear it out. The ball just cradled into that top left corner, and Yarra Valley back into the lead.
Yeah, just not quite enough speed to get the pinch against the crossbar. Kempish also up there, millimeters from a save, incredibly close, but Yarra Valley, they're just so proficient. These strikes coming through really, really well. And WL has been involved in just about every play so far. Another shot. Rue evens it up very quickly.
He just stole that in broad daylight. That is a beautiful aggressive play there. Brando thought he had a clear air, but he comes in on the tight line. He sends it in. There's no one home to defend it again, and yeah, just like that, Frankston with this full-blown aggression quickly finds the equalizer here. But how will YVG react? They've regained the lead before, and there's every chance they can do it again here. We'll say Brando has been a little bit quiet in the second game, but I think that's more him probably going back to a third man role, if anything.
Yeah, I have to say that last goal did come off with a little bit of luck there with TAC just ending up in the way of it off of kickoff, and it made the ball spit out quite well in their favour. But you're absolutely right. I mean, that was committed on so well by Rue, and Rue has been the defender. So it's good to see all members of the team really stepping up in aggression here. Kempish, a little bit of a mistouch there, but Rue back in time. Good positioning by this man, and he has been that defensive powerhouse for them so far. He may be the reason that they win this if they can get one more goal out of it. TAC, such good control of the ball, but it has to get out of their side. Now Rue actually gets control of it himself. Will take it downfield, looking to get it over WL. It will go right, though, as TAC positions to try and get it in center again, but too many players on top of it. Actually, almost a triple commit out of YVG. Spuds, but it will cross field and goes to a bit of empty space yet again.
Yeah, back into dead ball space here with the final 30 seconds now upon us here. It's turned into a pretty even final minute here, both teams having their opportunities, but Frankston now just pushing the button a little bit more so here. Rue gets the center, but Brando just puts it out of danger for the moment. Kempish, an open attempt, but an easy save there for Brando to actually get it to his teammate. Sends it straight onto the backboard here. That could have been an open net, but WL just a touch too far back to make that play. So we enter the final few seconds here. Lepine looking to try and end it in regulation. Nearly gets to center. WL not the best of touches there. Worst scenario here, but might open up for Brando, who gets the ball on target. Kempish pops it up on high. WL keeps the play going here, and he sends it through. Gets it on the buzzer. And WL will send Yarra Valley into the finals, 2-0 victors over Frankston.
Yeah, what a game. I really, really thought that FHS would take us to a game 3 here. They really stepped up. They showed us exactly why they deserved to be here in the competition in the semi-finals, but it wasn't enough. I mean, you have to give it up for TAC for really stepping up in that game 1. But Rue, I was really impressed by him as well. Coming up out of that defensive position, making use no matter where he was on field. It just wasn't enough though. YVG Spuds again, so proficient. Brando stepping up in the first game, and towards the end, WL coming through as well. WL being the main player on field this time around, I think, and. Have to say, yeah, I don't want to be banging on that same drum over and over again, but WL has been so good across the whole tournament. From day one, he has been a player to watch, and he's stepped up yet again.
Yeah, I mean, the first part of game 1 for him was a little bit how do you do, but after that, he really just turned into the WL we've seen time and time again on broadcast. So, yeah, no qualms with me picking him for MVP. Brando and Lepine as well did quite well for themselves as well. Obviously, Brando having a massive game 1 did revert more into a third man position after that, however, but he was still doing some good work in defense and midfield. But yeah, WL really lifting across the entire floor, really. I mean, there was some pretty good saves from him as well in game 2 for WL. And then Lepine, game 1, he was pretty quiet, had a few opportunities, but just couldn't send it in. But after that, it really turned into a pretty good performance in the second game for that particular player. So yeah, all good performances all around there for YVG. Puts them in good stead for the grand final against LACC when that comes through. I think that's next week if my memory does not mistake me. But yeah, WL will be the MVP off from that semi-final.
I'm glad that you mentioned that it was across field too, because I think that was really a big playing point there as well. In that last match, he was the only man with saves, 3 of them on board, and equaled top shots for that match as well. So incredibly good across the field, like you said, and a number of the players were though. I dare I say, actually a better game than our first series, which contained our first seed. I actually think that they're in with a good shot for this tournament. They really, really are pushing for it, and I'm looking very, very much forward to seeing those finals when they come in. But we will have to see. Until then, though, we have one more match. We're going to be switching regions over to have a look at New South Wales next. It'll be Fractal versus Caringbah. That's St. Gregory's College versus Caringbah. And we'll see you very shortly for that one. That'll be at 2 p.m.